In the world of law enforcement, trust is paramount. But what happens when those sworn to uphold the law break it themselves? You will be astounded by the lengths some officers will go to when choosing corruption over justice. This video is about Sharleen Diane O'Banion, 33, who slept with a prisoner named Jacob Parker, 28, while being a jail deputy at Montgomery Council Jail Facility. Be prepared for a revelation that unfolded when authorities received a tip-off following a recorded call between O'Banion and Parker on December 17, 2021. What transpired in that call? And how did it lead to a deeper investigation?
We're notified of a possible improper relationship between you and Jacob Parker. So we're here for that. I just kind of want to talk to you about it and get your side of that story.
I don't know anything about it.
Okay. Have you talked to him on any jail phone calls or anything like that?
No.
And where would you think that this allegation would come from if there's nothing to it?
Well, I had a feeling this was coming. So there was an inmate named Coker, Justin Coker.
Okay.
He got out of here for, I don't know what period of time. And he tried to contact me on Facebook. He sent me a message and I blocked him on Facebook. And I guess one time Parker was going back to Pequot to use the bathroom and he was talking like at the window with me. Mm-hmm. And I guess Coker didn't like that, which I had no contact with him or anything. And Parker had told me that he had gone up to him and was like, don't talk to her or something crazy like that.
So I'm just not trying to be rude here. Why would you expect this conversation to come up from that? Like now, if that happened a few months ago.
From the very start, Sharleen maintains her innocence. She's acting like she doesn't know what the investigation is about. It's like she doesn't know that what she did was done inside a government facility where everything is under surveillance. So no matter what she thinks about the situation, she's in deep trouble as the detectives already have a lot of evidence against Sharleen. She even tries to evade the situation by saying that she had met Parker just once outside a bathroom. And it was another inmate who had started the rumor out of jealousy.
I don't know exactly how it started, like who it started from, but I was told that it was brought to somebody's attention, and then we looked at jail calls, and there's jail calls between you and Parker, and all that stuff's recorded. So I don't think you're being completely truthful. Well, I kind of know that you're not, and I'm not trying to be rude when I say that.
Yeah, no.
I'm just kind of trying to lay it out on the table for you. Mm-hmm. So can you kind of tell me what's going on?
I guess a few years ago, we talked, and then I ended up here, and then he ended up here. I didn't know he was here. It wasn't anything like that.
It appears that Sharleen and Jason had a prior acquaintance before their incarceration and engaged in playful interactions before arriving at the prison. Sharleen maintains that their relationship was limited to friendly banter. But a startling contrast emerges when you consider the recorded phone calls made from inside the prison, which paint a completely different picture.
So what about some of these phone conversations?
No, not here or the phone. I
just mean conversations y'all are having on the phone.
No.
Since he's been in here.
Like sexual?
Well, I'm not saying having phone sex, talking about sexual acts. From what I'm listening to on the calls, I take it as that you've given him oral sex at some point. Is what I gather from these calls.
No, that was in the world, but we never dated. We just.
Okay. What kind of conversations have you had with him since you started working here and he's been in the jail?
I don't know, just talking about what would happen after he got out.
And then the jail call recordings. Have you been talking to him while you're at home? Like he calls you from the jail while you're at home, or? Mm-hmm. I haven't listen to this, but apparently there may be some talk in the calls about photographs. Have you given him any photographs?
I gave him a photograph of his mom, which he had asked for, and of his dog, Jax.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you given him any photographs of you?
No, because...
So one of the things we're going to be doing is looking at cameras and stuff too. Has there been any times where y'all were alone? Or you go out of camera view or anything like that? Anything that's going to look suspicious that way?
Sharleen's initial story is rapidly unraveling, and it appears to be less and less truthful. She's been ensnared in a web of multiple lies, confessed to past sexual relations with Jason, and even admitted to regularly calling him from her own home. This behavior is highly irregular for a prison officer, and it doesn't require a genius to suspect that something deeper may be at play here. But the detective isn't finished yet. There are more questions to be asked, focusing on additional physical evidence. It's crucial to keep in mind that Sharleen has been a long-serving employee at this prison, and as such, she's privy to all the intricacies, including security camera blind spots and patrol officer schedules. You'd think that with her knowledge, she could easily conceal a relationship with an inmate. However, it seems she overlooked a few vital details, not least the fact that all phone calls made from the prison are recorded. And finally, the detective is going to play the recordings of her phone calls.
Hey, baby.
Go back.
Baby, guess what?
What, babe?
I just won the blackjack game.
Yay.
I just won $30.
I got a lot of stuff to clean and get rid of before you come home. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just fucking with you. I was trying to make you think I have all these secret things.
Yeah, I bet you do.
What?
What?
What? What do you mean?
I don't know. You probably got this weird sex swing hanging from the ceiling. Kenneth probably thinks it's a swing set.
Oh, if I had that sex swing, you better believe I'd leave that sucker up for you.
Would you really?
Hell yeah.
You'd let me put you in it?
Yeah.
With a gag ball and everything?
Yeah, babe. I just want you to look at me sometimes and be like, damn, my woman's fine.
Fine as wine.
Mm-hmm.
And you got a live-ass fucking head game. Oh, my God.
It wasn't my best moments. I was just trying to get it done.
Meh, meh. Are you in bed?
Don't even get me thinking about that because it makes me so horny. Like, just going back and thinking about
Yeah.
that.
It gets you horny?
Oh, yeah. You felt me. I was, like, soaking through my clothes. Get very horny very easy. I always want to have
Not
sex.
good.
Like, that's not even...
Not good.
I mean, it's not like I just, like, look at someone, I'm like, oh, my God, I'm so fucking horny. No, like, of course, like, I only get horny for you.
You can't see how that sounds from like my point of view, like a more recent thing than 3 years ago. No.
Her audacity in maintaining her innocence after hearing that damning phone call is nothing short of astonishing. To her credit, she doesn't crumble under the pressure. The detectives persist, probing her beliefs about whether Jason would protect her, and she steadfastly clings to her narrative that all the events in question unfolded outside the prison. Technically, her story could still align with the content of the phone call, but it does raise eyebrows, considering the level of detail in their recollection of events from over 3 years ago, particularly given her earlier struggles to recall any specifics about their relationship. The mystery deepens.
You talk about how profound this was, like this giving him this blowjob was, but you like don't remember anything about it. It's like telling me something, but you're having trouble coming up with details about it. You know what I mean? Like if it's that
I
profound.
mean, I gave him a blowjob. How do you describe the blowjob? I mean, is that
Well,
what
I'm
you
not
want
want to
me
know
do?
like about the blowjob. I'm just
Yeah.
so if this is a
You just said
factual thing that happened 3 years ago, I feel like you would kind of remember some stuff about it. Like I
Yeah,
feel
I
like,
mean, like we sat in the car,
like when I asked you who was there, him of course, like when y'all met or whatever, and then when I asked like who else, you said it was like a bunch of friends.
yeah.
But like you can remember one
I mean, I
chick's
was with
name
my
after
friend
you
Chris.
think about it for 30 seconds. So
Yeah, I mean,
that's
I was-
not making sense to me.
You seem to have blanks in your memory when we get to certain details, but you remember being groped in the blowjob from 3 years ago. I find that hard to believe. Okay? This is your one chance to be honest with us.
Yes.
Once we get up and walk out and we're done, we're done. Have y'all had any inappropriate contact, whether it's groping, blowjobs, vaginal, anal sex, anything, hand jobs? Yes, I am being vulgar to get a point across.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Sharleen is stuck with her confession despite the inaccuracies being pointed out in her story. But wait, something makes Sharleen switch sides. Perhaps she has realized that there is no way out of this. Detectives had around 400 calls on record between O'Banion and Parker.
And what is it?
I might have given him a blowjob in the back part of the
In the back part of the quad? Okay. How long ago was that?
I don't know. I'm gonna
So-
ask, but I feel like I know the answer. I'm losing my job.
So that's not really up to me. Internal Affairs is aware. Investigation is separate from ours because it's two totally different things. So
Yeah. What kind of charges would like?
So it's illegal to have sexual contact with an inmate as an employee. So I said the ball kind of be in their court, but I'll let you know as soon as I hear something.
I mean, should I go to jail?
That's up to the DA's office.
In cases involving relationships between prison officers and inmates, a pivotal question emerges: the matter of consent. It's tempting to assume that, given their pre-existing acquaintance, Jason and Sharleen engaged in consensual interactions. However, in these scenarios, the concept of consent holds no sway. In accordance with a 2005 federal report, federal law unequivocally criminalizes all sexual relations and contact between prison staff and inmates, rendering any such interactions as abusive, irrespective of whether they might be considered consensual in an external context. This uncompromising stance was adopted in response to the alarming prevalence of inmate abuse within prison facilities. Here is a shocking statistics about the same. In 1996, estimates indicated that between 12 and 14% of all prison inmates had been subjected to sexual assault, and the involved officers were rarely held accountable. In light of this grave issue, a zero-tolerance policy was implemented to prevent any form of abuse towards inmates, a policy that Sharleen, it appears, completely disregarded. Sharleen faced the consequences of her actions and was sentenced to 100 days in jail.